right, that is the subject of the conversation today right here on Relationship Tuesday. So happy Tuesday. It actually feels like a Monday. So I hope you enjoyed your long-ish weekend and I hope that you're ready for the week. My name is Winnie Lubembe. Welcome to the show. It's Relationship Tuesday and every single Tuesday we talk about anything and everything relationships. And today, just based on what you have seen, bare minimum, princess treatment. And if you are on social media, in the digital platforms, you have seen this, okay, where people are celebrating and appreciating some of the things that you would sit and say, but isn't that bare minimum, okay? And also when it comes to some of these things as far as expectations are concerned. And I'm using that word expectations very cautiously because we have had numerous conversations on expectations in this show that now I'm like, okay, be careful when you're talking about expectations. But are there things that should go without saying as far as love and relationships are concerned? And there are some things that we really should be celebrating. So that is the subject of our conversation this morning. And that is the bare minimum. Have we lowered the standard for love? Okay. And we're asking, why are people celebrating things that should be normal in a healthy relationship? So today we'll be talking about different scenarios that really should be bare minimum, okay? And also highlight some of the things that we should be celebrating and appreciating. And I am not alone. My guests are here, but before you meet them, we have a question for you. And the question is, what relationship behavior do people celebrate today that should be actually normal, okay? What are some of the relationship behavior that people celebrate today that should actually be normal? That is the question that we're asking you this morning at NTV Kenya across all board on our digital platforms is how you can reach us or use our WhatsApp number and let us know what are some of these behaviors that you sit and think, this is normal. What are you celebrating? Okay. And we'll be going through your feedback in just a second because again, like I said, we've been celebrating things like texting back. Like she texted me back, you know? Or for us girls, we're like, yeah, but he introduced me to his friends or to his family. Is this where we do or these are normal things that should be happening in a relationship? We unpack that in just a second, and I'm going to introduce my guests this morning. I call them the gang. These are the gang. And I'm going to start on my father's right. And we have MC Utu, DJ. MC DJ Moz. How are you? It's so good to see you. I am well.
After 3 weeks? Yeah.
Wait,
from Tuesday to now, the time is... Hey.
Oh, 3 weeks. Hey. It is good to see you. Karibu sana MC Moz. We also have Bishop Grace Mogoni Dalizu. She is a marriage counselor. She is. How are you?
The only baby girl.
The only baby girl. Yeah, baby. She's been getting baby girl treatment. Baby, we're like, hi Bishop. So good to see you. You look lovely, like blonde and
Asante.
Look really
Thank you.
But now this one, we really put here. We have to sit 3 weeks. This one is like 5 months.
Yes.
I was started to say Happy New Year, you know? Dr. Theophilus Chanda, who is a student of philosophy, joining us for this conversation. Hi, Prof.
Hi, really,
it's been a minute.
It has been a very long time, really. Now, I think you people kind of forgot about me. Saying, oh, look, this guy doesn't look so great, so why? Thank you. I'm happy again to join you again and to see Bishop.
Yeah.
It's a great reunion.
It is. It really is. It's so good to see you. Karibu sana. So there's that video that we were watching, okay? And me was out here saying, yeah, bare minimum, princess treatment, bare minimum. There's one that I was actually listening to in the morning, and this lady actually talked about financial stability. And she said financial stability should be the barest of the minimums. Hey, and there's a lot of conversation around it, okay? So Bishop, the baby girl in the team today, yes. Can we just start with that? Do you feel from where you sit,
yes.
Okay? Do you feel that we have, genuinely like lowered the standards as far as love is concerned? Before we even talk about this whole bare minimum princess treatment thing, have we lowered the standards for love?
Totally, Winnie. And I say that because people have gone through a lot in terms of the way they were raised. Yeah. Homes that they were brought up, that they were so traumatized that they never knew what love is. Okay. And that's when love was really, the standards for love were lowered. Okay. What is expected in a family, the love that should automatically be found in a home. you find that it is not there. When your father comes and greets you, you know, or he comes early, you celebrate, you know, as a family. You celebrate because he always comes towards morning, or he doesn't even come.
At all.
But he says, I pay your school fees. You know, I provide food. What are you missing? I've given you shelter. What I want to say, that has really lowered what would call what is expected in a home setup.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk even between a man and a woman, but generally the love, because love is a verb. And being a verb, love is supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
You know, it talks about the meaning of the verb is doing. You should do this. You should do the right thing.
Yeah.
You should be there for your people. But you find that when somebody is there, you have to tell the whole village or the whole estate, you know, my husband came early. You know, my father nowadays treats us well. He takes us out. You know, things that were supposed to just automatically happen and be found in a home.
Yeah.
But so many things have happened. Toxic relationship, toxic environment for the children, for the wife, for the man. Because even men go through the same. We don't want to only look at women.
The women.
But even men go through the same. You get to your house and nobody welcomes you. The children go upstairs.
Yeah.
You know, they were talking, laughing with their mother. The moment you arrive, you can't. So the day they stay, you are like, oh, my children now, you know, and their mother, they're treating me so well. So that love that, you know, because that is what we are looking at. Love should be doing.
Okay.
Do what is right.
What is right.
Without being coerced, without anybody saying, you know, you did not do this or that. Greet somebody, respect them, you know, talk to them kindly.
Don't get excited when they say hi.
Yes. You know, somebody will be excited and say, can you imagine he said hi to me? You can't imagine he told me I'm smart. No. Even if you're a woman, and I'm sorry for taking that long in the introduction, but even if you're a woman and your husband is dressing, you know, look at him and say, oh, you look so nice.
Yeah.
You know, your tummy now has really gone. You know, it's no longer there. I think you are doing a lot of walking. You know, give some compliments that will just boost the morale of this person and make them be happy.
Okay.
Because they will smile back and be happy. And then ask, can I bring something for you before you actually get ready?
Yeah.
Can I give you coffee, you know, in bed, you know, for the lady or even for the man? You know, those are automatic things of making everybody feel so appreciated and feel nice.
Yeah.
But right now, when somebody does that, you want to write on Facebook.
Let's how will the world know that he got me breakfast in bed? but Prof, just to bring you in here, because we're looking at the normal things that should be happening in a relationship, and even Bishop said, in a home setup, in a family setup. But can we distinguish between, say, love and just basic human decency? Because we all have that common goal, and that is to love and to feel loved, right, as people. So can we just distinguish between that too?
That's a rather difficult question. You see, maybe let me thank Bishop for having started us off very well.
Very well,
she has explained it in a very understandable way. But allow me to say this, that, you know, love is basically not an emotion. Love is a virtue.
Okay.
Okay? And love and friendship have to be discussed together. The relationship between them is not a material implication that one implies the other, but they imply each other. Okay? So it comes from this other side and comes from that other side.
Okay.
Now, I have said love should be understood as a virtue, but there is also a way in which love is misunderstood as something that serves individuals.
Okay.
Okay? Love that is based on what I call usufruct, that is utility, and love that is based on pleasure.
Okay.
Once you align yourself to the version of love that is based on utility and pleasure, then this is where these bare minimums are going to surface. This is where they are going to come in. so that you concentrate on, you see, he bought me this, he spent so much on Valentine's Day, he told me I am beautiful, he told me that, but these have the span of the excitement that they bring. Once the excitement is gone, that kind of love is gone.
Yeah.
You see that? Now, if you look at love as a virtue, then you are looking at love as goodwill, mutual goodwill for one another.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
And in mutual goodwill for one another, each person commits him or herself to help the beloved grow and achieve the best version of him or herself through daily practices of care.
Tushikilie. Twende break. Then when we come back, we look now at the common human decency, okay?
Exactly.
And also hear from MC Moz, uko kwa ground. Bare minimum.
Kuna vitu ni normal kwako, si normal kwa mtu mwingine.
Sindio? Yeah, so we'll look at that, by the way. When we're looking at bare minimum, is it like a standard, not standard, but is it subjective or is it objective, based on what MC Moz has said? So there's so much to discuss on the other side, but also indulge us on the question that we're asking you this morning, and that is, what are some of these things that we're celebrating that should be normal, okay, in a relationship? But also go through your feedback, so do stay with us. The show is your world. Lutu Meanza. See you after the break. Welcome back to the show. Hey, what are our show behind the scenes? And we're so good to have you. The conversation today is on bare minimum. And we're asking, have we really lowered the standards as far as love is concerned? Are there things that should be normal in a relationship? But as we're out here celebrating and posting on social media, like, how else will they know if, this is Power Nation? So that is what we're unpacking today right here on the show. But we're also asking you a very simple question. And that is, what relationship behaviors do people celebrate today that should actually be normal? We'll go through your feedback in just a second, but to really make sense of what we're talking about this morning, take a look at this clip.
Why does he act like he's going above and beyond when he's doing the bare minimum? So here's the truth. Reason number one is social conditioning. Most men were believed to raise that once they get a job and pay the bills and provide, they've completed their entire role in the relationship. You don't deserve to ask him for anything more. From start to finish, beginning to end, they're never taught emotional labor or emotional repair, communication or mental load or partnership. These are all new ideas to them. When they do the smallest emotional thing, like a date or a text or a question or a hug, they feel like, oh, wow, look at me. I went way above and beyond what's required, because to them, it's extra. Reason number two is entitlement. Decades of conditioning have told men, if I provide financially, she handles the rest. That's what I deserve. And the rest is everything. The emotional labor, the planning, the parenting, the regulating, the social connections, the holidays, the remembering, the fixing, the smoothing over, the keeping it all together. Women are taught to carry the entire relationship, and men are taught to believe that providing financially entitles them to that. So he genuinely believes he's doing so much, and you genuinely feel like he's doing the bare minimum. You're not crazy. You're not expecting too much. You're living in the gap between what men were taught that love requires and what love actually requires.
MC Moz,
Yes.
Hey, a lot has been said. Let's hear from you responding to that.
Unajua, again, that's about when nasema tukiwa break. What might be normal kwako si normal kwangu, na si normal to the other person. Kuna vitu za kawaida kama communication.
Yeah.
But now again, kuna mtu, the way I was saying, live na rejection life yake yote. So mtu akipata conversation in a flow, to them, hiyo imego, hiyo ni extra yani, mse ananipenda. Unaona? Do you understand communication ni one of the key elements that even us being friends. Leave alone at relationship or anything.
Yeah.
Us being friends.
Yeah.
You understand? But now for them, that goes a very long way. And then the way I was giving you an example, you might be driving a car and they get you another car. Kwa mtu mwingine, ako like, but si ako na gari.
Lakini ni gani umeniletea?
Unaget? Like, unaweza kuwa na GL nimekuletea ka Benz, kakuenda shopping, unajua? Vitu kama hizo. But now, unakuja unapata tuna complicate vitu so much that tuko na pressure ya bare minimum na princess treatment.
Okay.
The question is, as you are receiving this princess treatment, mimi kwa hii relationship unanitreat kama nini?
Okay.
Because
should
again,
be,
it's a two-way traffic.
Yeah.
I can't be the one communicating always. You can't be the one communicating always.
Yeah.
We have to come to a point where we understand that communication is our responsibility. Unaona? We have to be in a place where we understand you gifting me and me gifting you, it's part of this relationship.
Yeah.
Get? But now the bare minimum and the princess treatment comes in because it's like we are competing. Unaona?
Yeah.
Tuna compete. Mimi naona Winnie alifanyiwa kitu fulani. I want the same thing. Forgetting that probably my man or my woman at that time, they are not in a position to do that.
All that, yeah. Or that's not important to them.
It's not even
at
in
that
their
point.
agenda.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I'll give you a practical example. Umeenda kwa mall mara ngapi uko na wanaume wakifungulia wanawake mlango za gari? Actually, out of 10 cars, you can only find one. Na yeye amefunguliwa juu amebeba mtoto labda. So does that mean hawa watu wapendani?
Okay. Okay. As from outside, we'll be looking and be like, "Ai, kwani na huyo?" You know.
So ninyi mko na shida. Si hawa watu.
Opening the door is not extra.
Now,
Moez.
for some people, hiyo ni passenger treatment.
Yeah.
It's not
You understand?
Yeah.
For some people, that's a passenger treatment. But for who, them, kwake maisha iko sawa.
That's no. Can we then just unpack that?
Yes,
Bishop?
a
Yeah.
man should always open a door for a lady. Even when you're going into, let's say, a restaurant, a man should walk for. That's a gentleman.
It's
That
a-
is,
it's a
you know,
gentleman
a
yes.
gentleman
No, Bishop.
treatment.
But now the question
Yes.
is that a measure of love?
No, Bishop, again, the question is, which man? Which man?
Because the African man.
No. If you talk about the African man, then you've got it almighty wrong.
Hey, Almighty Ronas, he does that for me.
No, because
It's
this
like what I've seen.
This is something that we got from elsewhere.
Okay.
Maybe
It is
you would
not
say,
our culture.
maybe you say the modern man or the colonized African. Then I would agree with you.
Yes.
But that does not say that this person therefore loves this woman because the person has opened the door.
Yeah.
It's possible for
Let
you
me
to
say
open the
this.
door.
Let
to
me
person
say
who is
this.
your enemy.
Let me say
Let me
this.
show my
A
example.
lady
But
or
let
a
us
woman,
hear, then we'll come to the examples, yeah.
a woman, there is the bare minimum.
Yes.
And the bare minimum in terms of treatment is to be told, oh, sweetheart, how are you in the morning? You know, the gentleman should be the first one to
That's
greet.
communication.
Secondly, when you're going somewhere, the man should, you know, like you're walking, they allow you to pass.
Yeah.
You're not competing with the woman that as the woman is getting in, you're also trying to get in.
get in.
You usher them in. But before you do that, you make sure the door is open. When I'm getting out of the car, please, even if it's a taxi,
Nishuke.
even if it's an Uber,
Nishuke.
you get out and I don't even get it out of the car.
Alejandro.
Yes, yes. No, it's not only from my husband, but also from my son.
Yes.
You know, when I'm
Yeah.
with my son, I don't get out of the car because he has to get out and usher me out.
Yes.
As the mother, as a woman. You know, that is proper treatment.
let me give
And
you
that
some-
is, let me say, that is bare minimum. It's not even extra.
minimum.
It's
It
not
really
something
is.
special.
Yes, Bishop.
It's not special at
I
all.
agree.
Yeah.
Just
Now,
like...
do you agree with me?
Yeah.
Do you agree with me?
Yeah.
That now that's you as an individual.
Yeah.
It is not a measure of love to some people. This example, I don't know if you once saw this.
We are not talking about the measure
Yes,
of love.
the treatment.
That is the
It's
bare
like
minimum.
basic
That is
common-
Yes.
common
required.
It's not common
decency.
human
Yeah,
decency.
common
It's not.
human decency.
It's not.
Why
I
not?
disagree. There was a time, Prof. There was I think I saw that joke on Facebook, and also it was on TikTok at some point.
Okay.
That when I walk with my wife, I hold her hands in the supermarket.
Yeah.
Do you know the
Yes.
reason why? Asichukue vitu hatukuwa tumeenda kununua.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
You see?
That
So,
is
that
is
very
toxic.
Before people
That is
kabla watu
toxic.
wamalize kusikiza Kenya alikuwa anasema
When you're
wakati
romantic.
oh you're very romantic oh you're very sweet.
Yeah,
And then the guy
you see.
finished by saying because if we were doing shopping for 10k
Yeah.
nimwachilie mkono tutafanya 20,000 so and then the shop people,
manipulation.
they're romantic
Yes.
tumeshikana mkono.
No, that is
So now tell me this, to
Yeah.
the outside world, what is that?
Is love.
Really?
Is a public display of
affection.
what is not there.
Protecting their pockets.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
There's something that we are missing here.
Okay.
I mean, if we are either we have not understood the nature of love, or as I had said earlier, we have shifted it to something else. If love is understood as a steady commitment to help the beloved grow into the best version of him or herself, then the issues that we are talking about, like you are not opening the door, the gifts and stuff like that, those ones would not even feature because they would come naturally.
Yes.
You see that?
True.
Communication, the problem of communication would not even feature because it would come naturally. Your very presence and my very presence would be a very deep communication.
Yeah.
Even in silence, that I love you. I see the kind of person you are.
Yeah.
And that kind of love is love based on character. It is not based on fleeting appearances. Sorry. And I think that is where we have lost everything.
Okay.
Because we are looking at the physical manifestations. We are looking at, the one of a very strong expression of affection as the meaning of love. I think here we are seriously wrong. As I said, the bishop was almighty wrong. Here we are almighty wrong. and we need to retrace our steps.
There's something you said.
Just one thing. I'm coming to
Yeah.
This is the reason why most of us say we have degraded the value of love to the extent of even monetizing it.
That's true.
So that we give it a monetary value. If you do not have so much money, then you cannot love. Who tells you that love
Cannot flourish where there is no money?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, that is one of the most, I don't want to use the word stupid, but I think it's stupid. That's one of the most stupid things. So, Bishop, what do
I
you
agree.
say?
I wanted to say, you call love virtue, and I agreed with you that it should be within. You know, something deeper than the material gestures and what you display, the grand display we make once in a while. It should be consistent. There's literally two things that you do. But we have to know that love is also doing. And that should be constant. And in this love affair, you find that women more often than not listen. That is what we are required to do. We listen more. We listen to you even when you are not saying anything. Even when you are just displaying stupidity. Let me use that word for lack of a better word. Somebody saying nothing. But as a woman, you are listening and you keep nodding. I do that. I find myself doing that. I'm not saying he says stupid things. But even when I don't even understand what he's saying, I just keep nodding and I'm looking at him for affirmation and just to make him feel very comfortable. As my gesture of love towards him. I don't force it.
Okay.
I want to say it is something, it's a virtue within. Okay. Wait.
That's a virtue problem.
I love that person. I love that
Because if you
person.
love that person, if they
Them in open.
Okay.
When we
Okay.
go
So you listen,
out
and
there,
then
I
when there's an
listen.
opportunity to
I
correct.
really listen,
Yeah.
and sometimes I feel, oh, you should not have said this.
Yeah.
You should have said the other.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes.
And that is a gesture that is required most of the times from the women as a way of expression
Yes.
of, the love they have for this person. Because if you don't love somebody, you live and you'll be talking and no, what you're saying is wrong. They are talking and you're saying in front of people. We don't argue with people we love. For us women, I want to talk now for the women. Allow me to talk for women now. If you love your husband, you love your lover, even when it doesn't make sense, you keep quiet. Then when you step aside, you talk to them and say, you shouldn't have said, and you shouldn't, but you're saying it in a very respectful way and being very sensitive to them because you have learned them. But that can only happen when the bar of love or the bar of, you know, relationship is so high.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you don't talk then. But when it's lowered, he will be talking and you're answering. You will be putting him in his place. I hear people say, women say, I put that man in his place. Which is wrong.
Hanijui mimi.
You know, it's wrong. It's wrong because that is not an expression of love.
Yeah.
It's not even decency, common decency for somebody you are with. You can't just, you know, blast them in front of people, in front of your children. You have to wait when the children are asleep.
Yeah.
Or if you have gotten into the car,
Yeah.
if you are blessed with a car, stay in the car and tell him, Daddy, or sweetheart, I'm not happy, or you did
want
not
to
say the
say
right things,
why. Yeah.
or what you say did not come out very well. Next time, please say this instead of this, you know. And I'm also corrected many times, but by my children.
Okay.
You know, my children went to a group of schools. Myself, I went to a village school. So even the English I talk, I've learned it
Along
in
the
the
way.
course of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to a very bad school. So you'll see them tell me after preaching,
Yeah.
and Mom, they begin by laughing in the car. Mom, what you said, that was wrong.
Yeah.
You don't say this,
You
say
say
this.
this.
You don't pronounce
Okay.
it this way. So sometimes if I'm in front of people, I have to look for them. I say, is it said this way? Like yesterday I was on a long phone call. Is it said this way? And they say, yeah. And that is, you know, that is love. It's an
is.
expression
Yeah.
of love.
It's the way- it's the way
Yeah.
it's
And
being
the bar is
expressed.
very high because
Yes.
they don't bring me down in front of people. They will wait or they will correct me.
Yeah.
You know, later.
Okay.
Say, Mom, what you said. Even here on TV,
Yes.
I've said some things, and
Yeah.
when I get home, my daughter says, oh no, shouldn't have
What was that?
said.
What was that? and MC Mozo, I want to hear from you because again, based on what Prof defined as love is and Bishop as well, can we look at common scenarios that we have seen either online or offline amongst ourselves, even the things that we have done? Because we can't sit here and say, as sisi tunajua maneno ya bare minimum and the bias. No, there are some scenarios that we have found ourselves in celebrating, say, the barriers of the minimum. So from where you sit, uko kwa ground, what are some of these things that are literally bare minimum that we should not be celebrating, you know, or thinking, oh, that's the bar is too high? What are some of these things that you have seen? You as MC Moz and you're like, aye.
Kwa ground,
Yeah.
kwa ground things are a bit different from leafy suburbs. So, ask a group of schools hapa. But anyway, love is love, no matter where you are.
Video, it's true.
But now, I'll start again, venye nilisema, mali umelelewa, your background matters a lot.
Yeah.
How you receive love, how you saw love being given to the people
Yes.
around you,
Yeah.
how you are given love. You understand? Because number one, like mtaani, vitu zinafanyanga wasichana ama vijana wanaingia kwa mashida za upumbavu za relationship, ni vitu zenye zinafaa kuwa tu ni normal.
Okay.
Like for example, if you respond to my WhatsApp, that's a normal thing. But dem amegrow mtaani, kuna boy upiga luku, o boy amerespond, hiyo ni big shot. Hiyo ni big shot. Na hata screenshot neke kwa nini alafu jina yako pale afanye mambo yake ionekane. You get?
Yeah.
And for you on the other side you're like,
That's normal.
si amesema tu hi.
Yeah.
Ama I miss you too. Unaona?
Yeah.
But now for them that goes a long way. Unaona? Especially sasa the nduthi gang. Kuna tule mtu wa nduthi hujulikana, yo over smart nini amerespondia mwanamke. Unaona? Na hii ni communication which needs to be something normal that people do.
Okay.
The other thing, squeezy, I don't know where you guys are coming from. Kama tuchipotwa mtaani tumerudi. Juu zimerudi ghetto sana saa hii. Bedhe zimerudi. So you get someone anaenda kubaia chipo ya so. Man. Umenipeleka Kempinski.
But see, maybe it's beyond the kumpeleka. Maybe it's the thoughts. Maybe
The
they were
thought.
not
For them,
expecting.
for
You
them,
know?
no, yenda amekwambia sunibaie chipo.
Oh, okay.
Ukaamua, asiminda kubaia so niko na so, sita kubaia 50. Msichana umembaia chipo ya 100. Wewe ni Don Corleone wewe. Wewe.
That is special treatment.
Princess treatment.
Alafu kwanza kekiwa na tule tu salad. Akapigiwa kale ka tomato kakutingisha tingisha hivi. Imemixiwa na maji. My friend. You get? And on the other side, these are things, if we are dating, if we are friends, some things need to be normal.
Yeah.
Ati nimekuzindikisha hadi stage, tumeongea, nimekulipia nduthi 50 bob. hizo ni vitu za kawaida.
They should be
But
doing.
now from their end, hizi si vitu za kawaida. Una understand? That's why they end up messing up.
Yeah.
Because mtu ataona if this guy anaweza nibaia chipo ya so jana nilipia nduthi 50 bob leo amenibaia kiatu ya 1200
Yeah.
mtu ako sawa. And that is how they define love for them. For them akunanga ati nakupenda na kwa ati I love you too.
It's the
For
action.
them is we nionyeshe. Unaona kwanza wanaitanga maziwa. We nionyeshe uko na maziwa.
Oh, okay.
Unajua?
Okay.
Mimi kunaonyesha uko na maziwa. Si mimi ndio ng'ombe hiyo nyasi tutakamua. And you see si kupenda kwa watu ni background yenye ametoka. Like for me, I always tell my daughter, I'll give you the best. That by the time a man wants to marry you, it will stress them. Unaona? Na itawa stress ati kwa sababu ni wewe una command. Itawa stress because they see how you live your life.
Okay. Okay.
Unaona? So it's for them to come to your level. And if they can't come to your level, can you guys grow together?
Okay.
Because kuna hiyo aspect pia.
Yeah.
Unaona?
Okay.
But now kuna wazazi pia. Mzazi ndo anakutuma, siende kwa prof. Endo cheza hapo kwa mlango yake. Unaona?
Okay.
So prof akikupatia unga ukirudi huku,
The bar is lowered totally.
unaona?
Terrible.
We've lowered
I see
it.
that.
We've lowered it.
May
Yeah.
I just
Let's
speak,
hear from you, yes.
May I just speak from where you've left? I think you brought up something very, very significant.
Yeah.
You've said this is what they know.
Yes.
This is the kind of background they have. And this is a product of the society that we have created. And we have created this society through neglect.
Yeah.
We have decided that these things don't matter and we are not talking about them.
Yeah.
We are not training our children on social skills and relationships. You see?
Okay.
So that they kind of pick this from social media, they pick from, soap operas and stuff. And they think that this is how life is lived in reality.
Yeah.
They do not know that these are commercial ventures. So they have commercialized everything, even things which are very serious, like being in very serious relationships with each other, friendships and stuff like that. And I think the society, I am part of the society. So when I say the society, I also stand accused.
All of us,
We
yes.
stand accused
Yeah.
of neglecting this. Because we think that when we take children to church, and we let Bishop talk to them, when they come back, they would have imbibed that.
Yeah.
And this would be part of, it would form their habit of thought, and it will then translate into the habit of action. It doesn't, because these things have to be inculcated slowly by slowly, and the first teacher is the parent.
Yeah.
The family is the first moralizing agent. So that when the child goes out, maybe to school or to church, whatever is taught in school and is taught in church is simply a reinforcement of what has been got at home.
I see.
If at home things are hazy, things are, the relationship is weak and is not dependent on any principle, then the society there is going to get completely
chaotic, yeah.
disintegrated and chaotic.
Yeah, because we hear this a lot, that the fathers are the first boyfriends to the daughters, and the mothers are the first girlfriends to their
Their
sons.
sons.
So however you mold them and what you show them
Yeah.
will impact how they relate to people and relationships in general when they grow up. But let's go through some of your feedback on WhatsApp on the question that we're asking you this morning, which is quite simple. What are some of those things that we're celebrating? And yet there should be normal things in a relationship. So if we have them, Philip, can we go through them before we go on the break? But there you have it, the question of the day. What relationship behavior do people celebrate today that should actually be normal? So this one says, hi guys, happy new month. I don't know whether I am the only one who's surprised by this, or also by fellow men. A lady spending her money on you, and she does not have to go big. It can be buying you airtime, lunch, a simple birthday gift, and it is so sad because on her day, she expects you to go big. And it is not about money here, but intention. If she cannot give you small, then she can't give big. By the way, I have... ever noticed when a lady celebs posts on social media gifting their men, ladies do not comment, okay? And then continues to say, and also we're celebrating having people who add financial intelligence, emotional intelligence, and spiritual intelligence into our lives, which are things we should bring to the table in relationships and not just the physical attractions. Very interesting. This one says, hello to you too. Okay. And then this one says, this is Momint from Dandora, says, different people, different communication skills. Everyone has their own language. It is important to know one's love language in order to not do the bare minimum? Okay.
The bare minimum.
All right. And then this one says, I cannot listen to a fake person, someone trying hard to look like a white woman. What does that even mean? Okay. Aya. Hey, huyu ni Francis. Francis ametuma video. Oh. Aya. This one says, I think bare minimum is different for everyone. Things like opening doors, small gifts, and flowers are normal. Huwezi tu kuja kuniona macho kavu. Kuja hata na sweet ya kamuti. Okay. And then says, I think we need to revise bare minimum. Okay. Then this one says, good morning, #your world. Love is a two-way traffic. Treat me with respect and I will respond the same way. Let there be understanding, honesty, and respect without there being the standard. That the standard of love would fall sometimes. And also money is a priority in a relationship, but not the only solution to every problem facing lovers. Sometimes communication is everything. This is Kamau from Lower Kabete. Okay. And then this one says, hello, I am Francis. Please, small advice on people or young people who intend to marry single mothers. Okay. And then this one says, hello, keep it light, though. I like the show. Okay. And then this one says, remembering small details about the other person. Yeah, that's really sweet, actually. Okay, so when we come back from the break, then we'll actually sort of like try to revise love. No, bare minimum. Okay, because like we said, it's subjective and it can also be objective, depending on where we go up, okay, and what is important to you as a person as far as relationships are concerned. And we'll also look at some of the mistakes that we do as a people trying to pin on whether this is bare minimum or not, okay? We'll look at all those things when we come back from the break. But keep sending in your views and your feedback on the question of the day, or if you have a question, send it our way as well. We're coming back after the break. Please stay with us. Welcome back to your world on this Relationship Tuesday. Let me say, hapa hivi karibu ni sisi wote tutasimama kwa sababu moto ile imewaka. Okay? In terms of understanding bare minimum, have we really lowered the standard as far as love is concerned? Okay? And the question that we're asking you this morning, and that is, what relationship, the actions, things that are happening today that we're celebrating that should really be normal? And during the break, as we were discussing the whole concept about the colonized man, modern relationships and social media. And Prof is like, kitambo, when there were no cars, what doors were supposed to be opened, at that point. But can we just start from there in terms of understanding? So looking then, okay, our grandparents, great-grandparents and whatnot, and how they expressed love. Because then if there were no cars for the doors to be opened, there's another way that they express love, and then now juxtapose that to now.
Yeah. You see, when there were no cars to open, still Africans expressed love. Okay?
Yeah.
You cannot say that Africans did not know love and did not know how to express love simply because they did not have cars whose doors they were supposed to open for their spouses. You see that? They had ways of expressing love.
Okay.
The African man ensured that every individual in the family lacked nothing. And he did this according to his capacity.
Okay.
It does not mean that he managed everything, but had every intention to ensure that everybody feels that he or she belongs.
Question. Isn't that bare minimum? Because now, if you don't provide, what will we eat?
Yeah, of course. I'm not saying that the bare minimums do not matter. What I'm saying is that the bare minimums should not be the focus. In fact, they should be spontaneous. They should come spontaneously. If, for instance, as we were saying during break, I open, or he opens the door for her, and you want me to be opening the door for you, yet I don't do it, ask, why doesn't it happen in our own case?
Okay.
Grow up the conditions which would make this one be spontaneous, so that I easily
Yeah.
open the door for you.
Yeah.
I
Without necessarily
easily
having
bring
to
you the
force.
gifts that you want. I easily... There is a condition of possibility for this. It is dependent on a metaphysical foundation, a metaphysical structure.
Okay.
Because this is just a manifestation. Remember, a tree is as strong as its roots.
That's true.
Create
That's
the
true.
roots
Yeah.
so that
Create the
you get a
foundation.
better
Yeah.
outcome.
It's the same way Moz was saying, that you meet people in public, they're holding hands, they're showing all matters of affection and whatnot. But then when they close that door,
Yes.
ile wo inapigwa po kwa hiyo nyumba. And as a bishop, we're like, no, then that's not love. That's
That's not
pretense.
love. Yeah.
You know,
Because
in
it's
the
show
very
off.
first place.
It's show off.
Yeah.
Because we, most of the time, this bare minimum thing is, and princess treatment, we do it for the public domain.
Okay.
Most of the
Why?
times.
Why should
We
we
do it
Why?
for the public domain.
Yeah.
Now, this comes to, again, I'll go back to what you're talking last time about peer pressure. Sawa sawa. The way Prof amesema.
Yeah.
So, he's doing it to you. So, she expects me to do it. Why?
Because she sees
She
it
has
done.
no reason.
Yeah.
She saw it being done to you.
Or maybe it makes us it makes her happy.
Because it
Yeah.
doesn't make her happy. Yale unakifanyiwa. Because namuuliza, mbona
And that is
unataka...
what lowers the standard.
mbona unataka
Yeah.
nikufanyie? Ataniambia niliona prof akifanyia wini na ilinibamba.
Ilinibamba. She thinks that is where happiness is.
Yeah.
You get
Yeah.
ilinibamba.
Okay.
Ama niliona venye wini alifurahi. So it is not her thing.
Yeah.
But now she wants to start doing it. It takes us to what Prof was saying in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Communicate from the get-go.
Okay.
What, again,
Is important
inaturudisha
to
kwa
you.
expectations.
Yeah.
What do you expect from
That's
me?
the thing.
You understand?
Yeah.
What do you expect from you?
Yeah.
Because most of us men, we have this mentality that every woman loves chocolate. Trust you me, there are women who hate chocolate. And they love flowers.
It's true.
So mimi nimeenda huko nimekununulia Cadbury kampuni mzima nimekuletea. The truth is you won't deny,
Yeah.
you won't refuse it, you'll take it. But at the back of your mind you'll be like, "Seta ngeleta tu rose flower moja."
Right.
Why? You didn't communicate from the
From the
get-go.
word.
There is something I want to say. These men are really sandwiching me.
They're not giving you
It's like
princess treatment.
they are throwing the balls to themselves. Women, we need to look at what is bare minimum.
Yeah.
Bare minimum in a relationship is commitment,
Okay.
faithfulness, honesty,
Yeah.
and taking responsibility.
Yes.
Like, for example, if you're married and you have a kitchen, both of you, there is no harm in being in that kitchen. That is bare minimum. Sharing the responsibility, talking to your children, raising your children together, parenting without saying your baba yako atakuongelesha or tabia zako ni kama za mama. You're not taking all that responsibility.
Yeah.
But there's something as we are speaking that has come to my mind, that a lot of the manifestations we display come from how we were socialized. How were you socialized? How did you see your mother being treated? Most likely, you'll expect to be treated like that, and therefore, by so doing, you raise the bar and say, you know, you can't treat me like this. I'm not going to take dishonesty from you.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to be desperate for this relationship, because what is also causing relationships, you know, the bar to go so down? You're so desperate for companionship. Somebody says hi and you are already answering and you are ready to go. Is because the way you are cultured, the way you are socialized, you saw your mother being desperate for that love from the you know, the husband or from the brothers or people who are around, because not necessarily that there was a home set up in terms of a husband and wife. There are children who grow up looking at their uncles as the father figure. How was your mother treated? What kind of culture was there? Because if the culture is secure, you grow up secure, you raise the standard of whatever you expect. The man also raises the bar. Because if your son was raised in a home where the father was showing love, the mother respected the father, there was provision and what have you, He grows knowing that when I am a man, this is what will be expected of me. My wife doesn't have to beg for me to take her out, you know, because my father takes us on Sundays for lunch, you know, even if it's not a very expensive place, even if it's Uhuru Park or wherever, we go for a walk, we go for a drive, or whatever you do. This raises the bar. But what has lowered the bar? When I was listening to all this, people have grown in traumatized families, or they have been traumatized in their childhood, that they end up just begging, you know, if you can take me in, if you can just take me in, or my time, you also age, pressure of age, if I can just get a man, or I can get any woman. So all these things, the pressures of society, how you are raised, have lowered the bar so much that what was expected to be normal, bare minimum, like somebody being committed, somebody treating you with respect, being decent around you. You know, those things now, when somebody does, it
becomes
you
like
know,
a luxury.
they start clapping.
Yeah.
Oh, you know. But these are things that I expected. I expect my husband to treat me with all the respect as the wife, the mother of his children, you know, and his companion. The same way he expects me to behave with all decency around him. And this is bare minimum. I don't have to, you know, ask, do I need to do this? Or when I'm living with him, I know how I should dress, how I should look, you know. Am I presentable enough? And presentable does not mean makeup or weave-ons and what have you. Are you clean? You know, all these things. And the way you take care of the home, and that does not mean it's only you. You know,
it should be
that a man comes into the house, sits and switches on the TV, and you're all late. You know, you have come from work, you're tired. No, we should get home, get into the bathroom if you have to. After that, get into the kitchen. You can start by making tea for me. There's nothing wrong with that. That is bare minimum. There's nothing special or nothing to write home about. You know, that is bare minimum. And that's what we are expecting from you, Prof, and DJ Books.
That is where things now
inakataa kidogo.
Mambo yanakataa kidogo kwa sababu gani?
Yes.
Kwa sababu gani? You see, there are certain things which are given to us by nature. Okay? By the time we have done all this, should there be a problem of security outside the house, would you then say, you are the man, go, or we will go together? Because we came from work, we were tired, we went to the bathroom, we went to the kitchen, we did everything else. Now we are asleep and something has just come up, an emergency. Both of us should go out and sort that one out.
But that is happening.
Will you say you are supposed to provide security? Will you say, I'm just a woman, you're supposed to provide security for us?
But just allow me to interject.
You're the man.
There's something that I say.
You see, now we say you are the man, you should protect.
No. Really, let me say this.
You see, now the goalposts change at
Do you
that
know
point.
even the people who take care of the doors are not men? To ensure that the doors, and I love my professor. I had a professor called, blessed memory, called Professor Olembo. He used to appreciate us as women. He used to say that men, when they are tired, they have watch TV. There are those even who take some drink at home. After that, they get into the bedroom. Do you know who goes around checking whether the doors have been locked?
And
is a woman.
Is a woman.
Is a woman.
What I've said is different.
Is a woman. And if
different.
something happens out, it's not the man only that goes out. Even
No. This is what I'll say.
That is not theoretical.
But then, so where does that leave room for our roles? And I think this is where the whole thing comes, right? Our roles as men and women in a relationship, in a family setup. And like I said, the common human decency and the bare minimum. Like, how do we strike that balance? Prof, me, I'm not going to lie. Me, if there's something happening, me, I'm not going. You know,
I'm coming there.
Because that's what I want to say.
I go out.
I'll tend to disagree and agree kidogo.
Okay.
This is what I'll say. Bare minimum should not even be discussed.
It shouldn't. Yeah.
Number one, these are normal, natural,
Common things.
that
Yeah.
needs to happen automatically, provided even if tuko kwa friendship.
Yeah. It's true.
The things of communication, being
Yeah.
faithful and everything. Don't come and tell me
Respect,
how
honesty.
you are my friend. You're telling me how uli cheat.
Yeah.
You understand? Then unataka tu discuss kama story ya maana sana. Ama nilipiga ule mwanamke, ama nilipiga ule mwanaume, na unataka zikuwe vitu normal tunaweza ongea. So there are things, even as friendship is concerned,
Yeah.
we are not even supposed to discuss.
Okay.
Let us discuss how to be more faithful, how to make more money,
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
you understand?
Yeah.
Vitu zitatujenga na vitu zita grow bare minimum. You understand? Number 2, when it comes to roles, and I'm sorry to say this, najua mnaweza nipiga mawe. I don't believe in roles.
Okay.
I personally don't.
Yeah.
You can do any.
Mimi, ever since I was born, sijaiona mfanyikazi kwetu.
Okay.
Kwetu kuja kuwa na washing machine. Actually nimeipata just the other day nikiwa mtu mzima. Nisikie tu poa. Si ati nilikuwa nahitaji, nisikie tu poa.
Okay.
Watu wakihesabu wenye wako nayo hata mimi.
Pia wewe uko counted.
You get. Only for me to realize inatusaidia na inasaidia familia mzima.
true.
You just switch it on, wacha ifanye mambo yake.
Yeah.
That takes me to my mom. Ungeamka uoshe vyombo, ufulie kila mtu.
Yeah.
Kwanza kikutrain unaanza na zako. Ndio kutrain wa advance analeta zake. Ukishafua anachukua naangalia tu line. Wacha apate ukai. Kale vinyi nakwanga chafu inakaa mafuta. Ni vita. Alafu alete baba yako. Umequalify. Sasa ni familia mzima.
Yeah.
You understand?
Okay.
Na tumegrow hivyo. To an extent there was a time, I think the first time nikijijua vizuri when I started dating, nilifulia mwanamke fulani na akashtuka sana, alikuwa like, eh. And for me I'm like, sipendi kuona vitu chafu.
And this is
sink.
normal to
And
you.
For me it is normal.
Yeah.
For some women I'm pretending.
That is bare minimum.
You understand? Now this is not bare minimum. Tuanzie hapo. It is not bare minimum. It is not.
Okay. Okay.
Mwanaume, assume this person is married. For them it is not bare minimum kufua. It is not bare minimum kuosha vyombo. And when this happens, even you as a lady, you'll appreciate it.
Yeah. It's true.
You understand?
It's true.
So for me, I don't believe kuna roles. Because when my woman is pregnant, unaona, they've gone through CS.
Yeah.
Who do I expect akuja for hizi nguo? Assume I don't have a washing machine.
Yeah.
Assume I don't have that money to cater for a house help will come help us.
Prof is doing this.
You understand?
Prof is
No,
no.
on a serious note.
Okay.
Isn't it reality kwa ground? Lazima to face.
Yeah.
Kwa sababu
Let
gani
him finish
Winnie?
and then we'll come. Yes.
Why are we doing this?
Yeah.
You don't expect me. Probably I'm not even okay financially.
Yeah.
And my wife is there, probably ametoka CS. You don't expect me nianze kutafutana tena na 8,000 10,000 ya kulipa mfanyikazi atakuja kufanya kazi ya nyumba. So there are things for me when it comes to roles, kama ni roles, wacha to agree in terms of responsibilities.
Okay.
What am I handling? You, what are you handling?
What are you handling?
And
Yeah.
the
But
moment
there's
you're
also
not
room for
yes,
contributing
yes,
together.
the moment you're not able to contribute the way we had agreed, do I come in? Ama do I sit back and say,
That's
juu
your
tukieka,
responsibility.
hiyo ni kitu yako, mi ndajishika hivi nisemee, hiyo ni noma yako, mi sitaingili. So why is it that wenye wewe utataka pesa ya chama, utaendea nani? Unakuja kwa mzee, si ndio?
Yeah.
Why is it wrong when I come to you and tell you, babe, I need 10K, I need to fix something?
Communication. Communicate what is important to you as a couple.
Now, here is something.
Okay.
Here is something. I agree with you to a very great extent.
Okay.
Accept your definition of a role or your understanding of role.
Okay.
When we say that there are roles, it does not mean that I cannot get into the kitchen and help when need be.
Okay.
Okay? It does not mean that I cannot do the laundry when need be.
Okay.
All those things you have to do.
Amen. Yeah.
Okay? Because there will be need for that.
Yeah, true.
Yet, at a certain point, it will be the role of the mother to ensure that the newborn child is given food.
Yeah, true.
This is a role that is designated by nature. At a certain point, it's going to be my role to ensure that I get what the mother who has just given birth to a child will feed the child on.
True.
You see that?
Yeah.
That's what I understand as role.
roles, yeah.
It does not mean then that if I have gone to look for what is going to be, what the child is going to be fed on, when the mother is not disposed to do hard work, I cannot step in and help prepare this so that the child might be fed.
Yeah.
You see that?
It's true.
That is very different from the role. We have roles. A father has a role to train children, especially male ones, into being men.
Okay.
The mother has a role to train the children, especially female ones, into being women.
Yeah.
I, as a father, I cannot do that. Herself, as a mother, she cannot train the children, my male children, on how to be men. So we have those roles. But those roles are not in isolation. They are symbiotic.
Yeah.
They reinforce each other. It does not mean that if I have a role to train the male children into being men, then the mother cannot rebuke them if they are going against what they
has
should
been
do.
trained.
It
Yeah.
does not mean likewise that if the mother has a role to train girls into being women, I cannot step in and rebuke them when I see them getting off the way. You see that? So that is what I mean by role.
Okay.
But
We
they are
all have
saying-
our roles.
All
Yeah.
of you are saying the same thing. The way I've understood it.
Yeah.
When it comes to roles, I've just had the same thing. It's only that Professor is really drawing the line that I should train the men, the women should train the girls, and what have you. But it's the same thing.
Yeah,
It's one
but,
and
but then the
same
question
thing.
is, no, in terms of then understanding, because
Yeah.
I hear what all of them are saying in terms of, as women, we might sit and say, but you're the man. You're
Yeah.
supposed to provide, so that's bare minimum. But the man is like, but see, you also go to work.
Yeah.
Cindy, see, you can also chime in when it comes to the contribution. So sometimes it's difficult to balance that, the cultural roles, traditional roles, gender roles, and understanding our responsibilities as individuals who are coming together into this relationship. And I think that is where there's a bit of a conflict, you know, because as you might say, but I expect you to bring flowers, you're the man. But also you're the man, like, but I also expect you to bring flowers.
Yeah.
Maybe I also love flowers. So then how do we strike that balance? But also, do we then communicate, Bishop? Do we communicate and say, and
This is
especially
what I
when,
love.
you know, this is what I love, this is what I expect, these are my bare minimums. Do we need to communicate that so that isifike point mimi nione MC Moze amekuletea chocolates, I'm like, yeah, pia mimi mbona hukuniletea, you know.
Winnie, thank you. There are some things that communication is very essential.
Yeah.
And as both of them said, communication is not discussable. It's something that is expected in any relationship. You know, in any relationship you get into, somebody must say what they desire, what they love, and what have you, in passing or even in a very concrete discussion.
Yeah.
But what I want to say more than anything is that once you get into a relationship, there are things that you don't expect anybody to say.
Okay.
How they should be treated, because it is known. It is common knowledge. Like, for example, a man will not tell you, I want you to respect me. And once a man tells their spouse or their girlfriend or whoever they're in relationship or partnership with, that I need to be respected, then it means that
There's
you
a
are
problem.
not giving
there's a
what
problem.
is expected. You have lowered the bar.
Yeah.
Because a man's language of love is respect. Once you respect him, even if you don't say, I love you, baby, you
That's
don't
it.
write texts and what have you, you respect him.
Yeah.
That one goes. And for women, for us women, we like being heard.
Yeah.
Being heard and being seen. You know, I'm telling you this, just give me time, even if you feel what I'm saying does not make sense. Because sometimes they feel what you are making noise about is not necessary. And that happens. Now, to go back to your question, this communication. A man, you look at your man and you see what kind of food does he love. Because we are told that that's the way
To
we
a
are
man's
cultured.
hands.
Yeah, is
To
through
the
food.
stomach.
So what does he like? Because once you cook rice, you realize he's not appreciative. Like mine says, you know, I'm a Luya,
Yes.
so rice is a snack.
Yeah.
So you don't give me rice.
Rice.
Yes.
Okay.
So you look at him, you know this is what he likes, and you treat him accordingly. He doesn't like being shouted at. You know, the way DJ Moss said, he doesn't like somebody shouting. You look for the appropriate time to talk to them. That is communication. He may not tell you. He might not tell you unless you have gone beyond. But once you see that this makes him happy, you continue and you engage it more and more.
Okay.
Whatever you see there is no reaction, you try to find out now. That's when you can ask, I cooked for you this, you did not like it. Is it that you don't love it? Then you'll say, as a matter of fact, because you are coming in peace.
Okay.
Then there are instances where when you meet somebody and now you're getting into a very serious relationship, that's what I've seen. They begin to tell me what you don't like, your don'ts and your do's. What don't you like me doing? How do you want me to treat you? And that now gives you that grace to say, say what is, don't complicate.
Okay.
Don't be complicated. I want you to buy me a car. I want you to take me to London for my birthday. No, you just talk about what will make this relationship thrive.
Yeah.
How do you grow? You say, for me, I love honesty. Tell me whatever it is. Just tell it to me. I may not like it that time, but with time, I will, that is also love. When somebody asks you, what is it that you want in this relationship? And when they follow through. Because there are those who will tell you, oh, okay, then I will avoid this, I will do this. They give promises, which they don't follow through. And by so doing, they lower the bar in the relationship because you'll never trust them. You'll never believe anything they say. And sometimes, for those who take some alcohol, you think, oh, when he said it, was he drunk? Or was he sober? I've had children ask that. Was my father sober when he said that? Because there are many promises that have been given and they have not been followed through. Okay. Because communication is also keeping the promise, being honest, making sure that your communication is concise. You don't complicate because there are people who will tell you so many words that when they are finished, you wonder, what did he say? Just be clear. This is what I like. This is what I don't like. In this home, you're my wife. I want you to dress this way. Okay. It's also communication. And once you go against it, of course, you are lowering the bar of that given relationship. Because every relationship, the way I've seen, every relationship has its do's and don'ts. I can't look at you and say, the way Winnie is doing things with so-and-so is the way I want to do things. No. And then one thing that I want to say finally, communication that is done through social media for public display should not be brought to your setup. Okay. Unless it's something like you saw a house being built and you liked a style or a door somewhere and you say, oh, honey, I love this door. I think when we build, we should have this picture. Okay. Anything else, the giftings, the way somebody was taken where and where, you should never, ever bring it and make it a form of communication. Comparing your man or your woman to so-and-so. I saw so-and-so do this, you should do this to me. I saw this man do this to their wife. That should not be a part of the communication in that family. In that relationship. Let your communication be genuine, be original, and be from the heart.
I see. Yes. I see that because majority of the times you don't even communicate. You keep posting on your status so that they see that Bishop alipelekwa Zanzibar. So Zanzibar. Communication is very important. But also, we're due for a break, Prof. I know there's a lot to say. We're due for a break. But also, but when we come back from the break, I'd also want to know, is there room for flexibility when it comes to bare minimums? Like what was important to me, say when we're dating, is there room for it not to be important, say in marriage when the kids come? Is there room for that? So that means yangalie to msimbozi say, where you ukinikatia, si nilikwambia these are my bare minimums. And then now what happens? Is there room for that? Okay, but we'll also go through your feedback when we come back from the break on the question that we're asking you this morning, and that is, what relationship behavior do people celebrate today that should actually be normal? There's so much feedback on WhatsApp. We'll come back with them after the break. All right, welcome back to the show. We are officially in the last few minutes before we say goodbye, and the conversation, okay? We're looking at bare minimum. Have we lowered the standard as far as love is concerned? And why are we celebrating things that should really be normal? And how did we even get here in the first place? And we've unpacked so much of that during the entire conversation. Before we go through your feedback, Prof, I know there's so many things there. You know, there's something that Bishop said that he wanted to contribute towards. So please do. And also, I think at some point we'll look at then, are there things that we can do to correct, you know, as far as the standard of love is concerned? But let's go through what you wanted to say before you forget, and then we'll go through the feedback.
Thank you very much. As the bishop was talking, my heart was burning within me. As it was, well, our heart's not burning within us when he was talking to us about these things. Now, about communication, right? Most people, as we were saying during the break, think that communication has to do simply with saying what you want. It begins and ends there. Communication has primarily to do with listening. When you are talking to me, am I listening to you? If we don't listen to each other, we will not understand each other. We need to listen here in order to understand the person. There ought to be a meeting of minds. If we don't have a meeting of minds, then we can talk for time on end. And that communication gets to nothing. And people will be complaining, but I've said this thing 1,000 times and it's still being repeated. I've said this thing. It is because you are not communicating. You are speaking. You are speaking at somebody. You're not speaking to the person.
You're saying a lot without saying nothing.
Exactly. you are parroting a lot without saying anything. You are not speaking. You are talking but not speaking. So when you speak, ensure that you speak in such a manner that you will understand each other. And as we were saying, do not shout. Be calm. Appeal to the reason of a person. Don't go as a fighter. That you see now, he's going to know who I am, or she's going to know who I am. That is not communication, my dear. It's not going to work. And just shortly to get into what you said about what we can do to improve things. You see, most of us humans are very happy to grow old, but not to grow up.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. We're happy to grow
old, but not to grow up.
Not to grow up. Okay.
Growing up has to do with mental maturity. Growing old is chronological. It is not the case that everybody who grows old succeeds to grow up. You will find 90-year-old people who die at the age of 5 years. Children of 5 years having grown to attain the age of 90 years. So their growth was arrested at a particular point. When you and I are dating, let us know that this is a stage of dating. Let our relationship not be arrested at the stage of dating. Let us grow up with it. We get to know that new phases of development in the relationship have new responsibilities and new kinds of consciousness. We cannot keep wanting to go to Masai Mara when we really have only enough money to spare for the education of our children.
That's true.
That means we have not matured up in the relationship.
That's true.
And we'll delve deeper into that in just a second. But also the question that I asked, and that is, do we leave room for flexibility when it comes to bare minimum? What is important to me at a space, or to us, at a specific point as far as relationships are concerned? And what does that room look like? So that then it's not an excuse for someone to retract just because I see there's room for flexibility. We'll unpack that in just a second. But the question that we're asking you this morning, very simple question. I really, really like this question as far as celebrating things that we really shouldn't be celebrating, that should be normal in a relationship. What relationship behaviors do people celebrate today that should actually be normal? Let's hear what you have to say on our WhatsApp number. If we have that ready, Philip, before we come back to the discussion. All right, so this one says, it is important to know one's language in order to know whether you're doing an average or the bare minimum to know how to hit the ceiling, okay? And then this one says, Yeah, we've read that one. The bare minimum. Yes, the bare minimum in a relationship is the basic level of effort, respect, honesty, and care that every partner should naturally give, not something that should be treated as exceptional. It's being consistent, communicating openly, keeping promises, making time for each other, respecting boundaries, and being there when your partner needs support. These things are the foundation of a healthy relationship. They keep it standing. But if they are not, if they aren't, what makes it special? What makes a relationship truly meaningful is when both people choose to go beyond the bare minimum because they genuinely value and appreciate
Very
each
good.
other. That's true. DJ Mo, where ulilipa mtu ya DJ Mo? Thumbs up. These are the kind of men tulikuwa tunatafuta wa kujituma. Watuma CV.
Siko soko.
Hi, this one says, hello, I'm enjoying the show, and I would like to objectively say that 90% of fathers have ruined the boy child in both roles and growing up. And that is why there is a high rise in misogyny, gender-based violence, and discrimination towards women. And it affects mostly the African diaspora. And that is why a lot of those boys lead themselves into drugs and alcohol, peer pressure, and bullying. Okay? And then this is Dennis from Nyeri says, for a man is to love, a woman to show respect, the bare minimum. And all sides should understand their sides very well. Okay. And this one says, good morning to your world and TV. I am Teklan, or is it Tekian? And says, I was brought up in a traditional setting where being a man meant embracing masculinity without labeling the relationship. I open doors simply because I am a man and not because you're my woman. I am not bare minimum. It's not bare minimum, it's character. I lead, I define the dynamics. I protect, I provide, and I penetrate, yeah? Okay.
Three P's.
3 P's of being a man. However, it may be viewed as a bare minimum. You see, men are natural problem solvers who express love through protect. If you want access to that protection and provision, you must stop fighting for control and compassion and comparison and allow him to lead. In exchange, he must lead with love and competence, not tyranny. In a world where the hostile anti-male rhetoric is on the rise, I prefer going my traditional way. Prof, I know you're happy. Apples, your traditional. Them going the traditional way and whatnot. But really, in terms of then looking at modern relationships where both men and women have been empowered, they both have, they go to work, okay? They contribute significantly to the household, to the relationships and whatnot. Does that then probably bring difficulties in terms of understanding their roles, where they sit at in terms of the traditional and cultural roles, to a level where bare minimum shouldn't be bare minimum?
Okay, there's something we have to understand. Traditions are not static. So when we are talking about traditional, it does not mean the kind of things that my grandfather's grandfather used to do.
Yes.
Traditions evolve. So what are the new traditions for this kind of behavior? Okay? There is always room for flexibility. So that the kind of things that we took for what a man must do may change over time. And the kind of things that we took for what a woman must do may change over time. But when they change, let them change to cement and not to disintegrate.
Okay.
And that is where we now call for flexibility of mind. The kind of intransigence which we sometimes see, and we say, no, but you see, you are the man, you need to do that. We cannot go on like that again.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
You say, no, you should provide.
Yeah.
She earns more money than me.
Right.
But the pressure is placed on me that I have to provide, I have to give everything. What kind of man are you? Your colleagues do that. But she also has the money.
Yeah.
You see that? So that kind of intransigence, I think, needs to be, relooked at, so that that flexibility goes both ways.
I see.
Yeah.
Susan Grace, my colleague here at NTV, the host, says, girl, I am enjoying today's discussion. There's something Bishop said that made me realize that how we were shown love growing up kinds of shapes what we see as bare minimum or over and beyond effort. And speaking about effort, Bishop, I think we had this conversation, was it last week or the week before? It was like, Are we putting effort? Are we not, and whatnot? Can we look at how effort and bare minimum sort of like collide at some point, or should complement each other?
We have talked about what is bare minimum in a relationship, Winnie. We have said faithfulness, being honesty, keeping your promises, respect, and commitment in totality. But that cannot cause the relationship to flourish, because that is what is expected. So for somebody to feel there is that special treatment, and that goes a lot to men and even women.
Women is
a man wants you to receive them well, treat them well, respect them, as I said, everywhere. Not only when you're in the two of you, you say, I respect you, I respect by word, but show it, show that you respect. That is going far and beyond the bare minimum, because you respect him. But maybe he has told you something that you should have reacted in a negative way, or you have found him with somebody else in a way, in a very compromised way, in a
way that does not please God.
In a way that does not please God. The way you treat that person there, you respect him, you greet them, and probably just sit, or you tell him, I was just passing, I was going home, and you leave them. That is now the effort.
Okay.
And then for him also, he realizes you talk to this colleague so much, and that colleague is that man you work with, and you are always laughing, but you find that he doesn't like it. But he will not reprimand you.
Okay.
He'll just ask, oh, you talk with this person. It can tell you he's not happy. But he doesn't fight you. He doesn't speak words that will cause you to go down, feel bad. I feel those are some of the things that in a relationship, they cause the relationship to thrive. It causes your partner to see, there's an effort here. He doesn't, it's not really good what I was doing, but she did not react in a way, in a negative, disrespectful manner. And those are the things that you do beyond. The other thing that you go beyond is during his birthday, you take that, if you are able, you do that surprise party for him. You'll see even a traditional man is so excited. I saw one of my in-laws, the wife organized a traditional, a surprise party. The man is a traditionist. He's in his 70s. And we were told even to wear the clothes that he loved, maroon. So we all wore. So when we went to that party, he said, even you are here. Even you are here. Somebody who doesn't easily smile. He was laughing, he was happy. And I said, I told my sister-in-law, that is something good that you have done. That is an effort. You have gone beyond what is expected. There are things that your partner will expect. Like now, a man, there's something he will do for you. You've been working so hard, and he has gotten some bonus. Let's say he's a coffee farmer or a tea farmer, or even, let's say like prof, they teach in different universities, So, and he says, this, I'm going to take my woman to a boutique and tell them to choose what they want. There is no limitation to that budget, That is going beyond. Once in a while, it's not all the time. Because as he said, as you continue in life, there are so many things that change.
That's true.
Like, for example, I don't expect my husband to keep telling me I'm sorry. When he has done something that maybe was late, I can see his reaction. And I don't want even him to say that, because I know it was not intentional. So sometimes I tell him, I know you did not intend. So I'm even making excuses for him. And before, when we were dating, I would not. You are late. Is this the way it's gonna be? And he says, no, I'll never be late again.
Yes.
But now he doesn't
boundaries and whatnot.
He doesn't need to talk.
I see. I see. Like, fine, there's bare minimum, but there's also effort that needs to be put into the bare minimum to ensure that the relationship works. But there's someone here who said something about expectation in terms of, say, given the example that Bishop has given, that say it's your birthday as a man and I go above and beyond. There's that expectation at the back of my mind that when my time comes, you will go bigger. And then
That is
that,
wrong.
and
That's
then
not love.
that does
That
not
is not
happen.
love.
Okay.
That's not love.
Yeah. So
You
bad-
did it
Yes,
expecting.
expecting.
Yeah.
Yes.
See,
So bad tie that to.
When you're loving your person,
Yeah.
when you're loving your person, you're not doing things expecting returns.
Yeah.
It needs to come naturally. You get?
Yeah.
Because number one, you're doing it from a place of love. For them, probably, that's not their way of showing love. Ati imefika birthday yako, you need, I don't know, shoes, you need what. For them, hiyo afikiria anafikiria kupeleke dinner, akupeleke somewhere.
Yeah.
But for you bought something for them. And probably whatever you bought for them, let's give it a tag of like 5 Gs.
Yeah.
Yeah, amekupeleka place ya 10 Gs. So who has done more? But now for you, you'll start feeling like, ai, kwani hakuna taka
Sibidi
zawadi,
nikununulia viatu,
hakuna
hata
taka
huwezi
watch.
nunulia socks.
Yes. Now, that is where a problem comes in, because now we start comparing. I did this, I'm expecting you to do this.
to do it, yeah.
Takes us back, did we talk about this? That when you do this, I need to do this. Because again, the way Prof said tukianza, then that is not a relationship.
Yeah, it's not love.
That is business.
Yeah.
That is barter trade. I'm doing this for you to get this,
Yeah.
and when your time comes, I need. It's like now in politics, I'm giving you this for you to allow me be in this position. You understand?
Yeah.
And relationship inafaa kuwa natural. Inafaa kuwa ile place ya nilikubaya kiatu.
Yeah.
Ukinibaia usiponibaia iko tu sawa.
It's okay.
Yeah.
You are my person, I understand. Labda ukunibaia because at that time hauko umelipwa salary. Or you had things that were more important than you buying me a shoes. And me, probably the way Bishop said, nilienda nikapata extra, nikakukumbuka. Again, it should not be only on your birthdays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's right.
You
It's
understand?
true. It's true.
If
Yeah.
you want to gift me randomly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't give me on days I'm expecting a gift from you.
Yeah. Because then I have high expectations.
You understand?
And then you don't do it. And then I
Because
get angry.
I tell people, why do we get so mad when you're not given flowers on Valentine's Day?
Because we expect
And the
flowers.
person is the flower.
Aye.
You understand? And then
we
assume
expect.
I gave you the same flower, probably 1st of February. What's the difference?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's because on Valentine's Day,
There's the
you are
expectation.
pressured by
Yeah.
the society
Yes.
that you need something red, you need flowers, you need nini nini.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm coming to this train of thought of let us appreciate our partners randomly without them expecting.
Whichever way.
Yeah.
Anytime.
There's something I want to say, Winnie,
Okay.
to add
Okay.
to what he said. My spiritual authority, during the wife's birthday, they were online, they were praying. And the husband said to the wife, I've told my wife not to cook anything because today I'm fasting for her. Yeah, I'm fasting to pray for her.
Oh, that's
And that touched me so
Yeah,
much. It
that's
was
really beautiful.
more than, material things, to spend the time just praying
Yeah.
and fasted, no eating, no dinner. So there was no dinner.
Yeah.
It was just fasting.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, and it was beautiful.
Right?
Yeah.
That's really beautiful.
Now, this is what I wanted to say, arising from what both of them have said. If we are in agreement that love is a steady commitment to help the beloved grow up into the best version of themselves, then love cannot be expecting anything apart from the growth of the other.
Okay.
Whether you give me a present in return of my present, that is immaterial. My concern is you get to be the best version of yourself.
Yeah.
If I give you a present in expectation, we are not in love, we are in business. It's a business transaction.
Transactional.
This transactional.
I want to draw this analogy for this kind of relationship.
Yeah.
To me, it's like walking with a small child. When you walk with a small child, sometimes you would hold his hand or her hand. And as you walk along the way, the child will get tired. And when the child gets tired, you get hold of the child, you carry the child for
The rest of
a
the
distance of the journey. Sometimes the child is not tired. She has seen something that has distracted her.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Say, no. That one is not good for you. Or if it's good, pick, then we go. Okay? You are helping the child to go through the journey. Once you have held the child and the child has regained her energy, she may run past you and we will continue running. And then we'll see that you are lagging behind. We'll stand and wait for you. Or sometimes we'll even come and hold your hand and pull you.
Yes.
The child is assisting you through the journey. That is the kind of relationship that we are talking about.
That's right.
So that the two of you see each other as united in a common activity of being, and you help each other through the journey. So that when the strength of your beloved is failing, you go there, you hold his or her hand, you say, come on, we can make it, let us go.
Yeah.
Okay? When your strength is failing, your beloved comes and tells you, look, don't give up, come on, let us go together, we can make it. That is the kind of analogy that I see in this kind of relationship.
That's that's very well said. I feel like,
Well, imefanyika. That's the way it is.
Let's go see your feedback, one more time on our WhatsApp number, on the question that we're asking you this morning as far as relationships. What are some of the things that we're celebrating and yet they should be normal, relationships, okay? All right, can we go through them very briefly, and then we'll come and just do a quick round of parting shots. So this one says, where did we leave this conversation? I'm just trying to see the comment, and we're also celebrating having people who to add. Okay, then says discussion imekuwa moto. To add on it from what they're all saying is most men will treat their women as per how they saw their fathers treat their moms, and to the extent to which they saw their moms take in. For those family treats, it depends on how they appreciate it, I think, because you can be taking them out, alafu ni complaints ilikuwa in a cheap place or not of class, and then kirudi home, the treatment you get, washa too. If only we understood these things before getting into marriage, the lasting relationship will require patience, rebuilding, and that things will take time and do not just happen. That we cannot do it all, that one cannot do it all by himself or herself. It needs teamwork. That time, that some habits, how you speak, listen, determine the big outcomes, and this becomes the culture of the marriage or the relationship. That there will be different seasons of disagreements, disappointments in a relationship or marriage, and celebrating each other's victories and trusting each other. Then the face of the marriage will be different for us. Okay. And then hashtag your world NTV, basic human decency, whereby you treat others well, being humane, kind, empathetic, supportive, and courteous. Okay. And then this one says, no, I think we've gone through that. Huyo amesema buying someone a Range Rover. Yes.
Bare minimum.
And then this one says, hello, my name is Faith from Bungoma, enjoying the show. I say, hey, bare minimum. If you can afford it, bare minimum, why not? Okay, let's take a minute. Do you want to do another parting shot? But that was it. That was really strong.
No, I think that is fine.
Bishop, go.
That's fine.
What do we carry from this conversation today on bare minimum and lowering the standard for love?
I just want to say something that my father said to me, and it has informed me all my life. He told me, Mommy, don't go to a man's house and begin cooking for him and washing his clothes and probably sleeping there. They will never respect you.
Okay.
And I carried that. That meant that if you cook everywhere you go, by the time you get to the final person, you'd have been wasted.
You're exhausted.
Yes, exhausted.
Yeah.
So bare minimum was respect yourself.
I see.
Yeah,
That's
respect
beautiful.
yourself so that you can respect
you
others.
can respect the others. Okay. MC DJ Bose.
Yeah. Mine is very simple.
Yeah.
Communicate.
Okay.
Don't assume. Communicate.
Yeah.
No matter how hard it is, communicate. It will help you at some point in life.
Yeah.
Communicate.
Don't expect, communicate. Prof umesema uko sawa.
I think so.
Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much. That was very insightful conversation. And like I said, we can all look back at the different spaces of our lives where the bare minimum, we celebrated it. But I hope we know better now as far as bare minimums, but also how important it is for us to communicate, but understand the nature of the relationship and what works for us, not for everybody else and what we're seeing online. So thank you so much, guys. Bishop Grace Muthoni Dalizu, MC DJ Voz, and of course, Professor Theophilus Chando. Thank you so much for coming. Really, really insightful conversation we had today. Well, we will see you tomorrow, same time, same place, right here on Your World on Wellness Wednesday. Until then, stay safe, God bless, and communicate. Goodbye.